Fuck, so I don't care how old you are. I don't. Nice fish. Another dock bass.
Oh, that's a good crappie. Hey, look at that one. That is a big crappie on the new Northland Mighty Mouse jig. Hi folks, Mike Frisch here with this week's Northland Fisherman. Let's get this crappie back and then we'll tell you what we're doing today. There he goes. That was a nice crappie. Hi folks, again, here's what we're doing. Today, we're fishing early ice panfish. We're fishing crappies. And what I'm using today is I'm using a tungsten jig. Now, your traditional lead head jigs like the Brosbug series, those are good all-around panfish catchers for a lot of situations. However, there's a couple of specialty jigs that are on the market, tungsten being one of them, that can help us in certain situations. Today we're fishing fairly deep water, we're out in a basin, and tungsten helps us because tungsten jigs are denser than lead. That means they're heavier than a lead jig, so you can use a small bait but really get it quickly down in the water column, and because panfish like small offerings, that's where that tungsten really helps. You can use a heavy bait, but it's a small profile that the panfish will still hit. How does that help me? Well, not only do I get more bites because of the small profile, but when the fish come through 3, 4 at a time like they are today, tungsten gets down quickly back to the level of the fish. So I catch a fish, battle it, unhook it, and I can quickly get my jig back down to the fish. Or sometimes a lightweight jig will hang up in the slush in the hole, tungsten crashes through that. Anytime we fish weeds, tungsten is good there too because it'll crash through weeds. So the heavyweight tungsten jigs like the Muscus series, the Mighty Mouse jig, those are great jigs in certain situations. We talked about the Brosbug, the traditional lead series that work in a lot of situations. But then on the very other end of the spectrum are the helium series of jigs. These are super lightweight jigs. Tungsten's heavy, helium is on the opposite end of the spectrum, they're super lightweight. Those jigs shine anytime the fish are really lethargic, the bite is off. That really smooth, slow fall, natural action of that helium series will really trigger finicky, lethargic panfish into biting. What I like to do in that case is I'll tie a split shot or put a split shot on my line above that jig, or even use a small jigging spoon to help get it down in the water column. But once it gets there, again, the slow to subtle action of that helium series jig will help me catch fish. So that's on the other end of the spectrum. Hey, Northland Tackle really has it covered. If you're a panfish angler, you want tungsten to fall quickly, your traditional Brosbug, and then your helium series, Northland Tackle's got them covered. Hey, join us next week for another edition of the Northland Fisherman. Here's a sample of some of the action you'll see.
Cold front conditions, doesn't matter. Pick us some Northland Impulse plastics, like the skeleton minnows, and catch big fish like this.